Hey, it's Chris Greenwood here, also known as Manafest from smartmusicbusiness.com, helping artists market, sell their music, and monetize it online. You're going to be learning today on how I sold over 1,353 albums, earning over $17,000 during this COVID-19 pandemic. And so if you are excited to learn how to market and sell your music online, you are in the right place. I've coached artists since 2014. That's when I stopped kind of touring as much, or I started to pull back a little bit. And so I started to market and sell my music online, and I was having such great results that I started to coach other artists as well. And I specialize in Facebook and Instagram ads, okay? We've been featured on Facebook.com for business, and they even sent me a Facebook plaque for all the albums we've sold, and now I'm helping other artists do the same. But the reason why this works so well is, one, a lot of people are scared right now. A lot of businesses, a lot of artists, and so they're not running ads. And so that means the costs have gone down. Normally when you run an ad, it's like an auction and it's bidding and you're bidding for that spot. And normally the inventory is totally sold out. So it's always this bidding war to get your ad placed. Well, there's not as much people spending money advertising, so costs have gone down. And the second reason why this is working so well right now is because there's so many people online. You got so many people that are not working and so many people that are not in school. And so they're scrolling in their Instagram feed, and what are they seeing right now? They're seeing your ad, and they're clicking on and buying your music if you're advertising it. And so that's why I'm so excited, and it's just so important that I wanted to do this webinar with you and just look at you straight in the face and share why, okay? And so I just want to show you inside my Facebook Ads Manager, which is what we use to sell our albums, market, okay? All the strategies I'm teaching tonight are paid, okay? So we pay to get our ads in front and make sales. And so you can see here inside of our Facebook Ads Manager, we have a bunch of different ads going, and if you total them all up, it's over 1,353 albums. And what's so cool is that does not include the upsells. I have another screen here, and this is the software we use, and I'm going to give you the templates today on this, on how we sell our music inside of ClickFunnels. And so that's one screenshot where we made $5,682, and that album sold out. So there's another screenshot here of another album called Stones, and we sold over 8,478. But we don't just stop there. Once we make sales direct through Facebook, we then remarket, and with email marketing, we push them to our Shopify page. So here's a screenshot, and these are just of March, of the last 30 days. Here's our Shopify, another $3,000, and all these sales starts to fuel the Spotify, fuel Apple Music, Amazon, all that stuff. And so inside of our TuneCore account in the last 30 days, we've done over $9,784. Now, I don't say this stuff to you to brag. I say this stuff to you to get you excited and show you that this stuff works. But it's not just me doing this. Some of my music selling machine students, like John here, this is an email he sent to me, and he said, "Hey Chris, great call today. Just launched my first ad campaign with my core offer plus bump in place." And a bump is another word for an upsell. "And I'm really excited to see what happens." And then he emails me back, I think it was the next day, and he sends me this screenshot. Woohoo, this stuff is working. And he gave me a screenshot of all the sales that he's making. That's John. He's in the EDM market, in the EDM genre. But here's Coco O'Connor. She's an Americana artist, and she sent me this email saying, "Hey Chris, I wanted to share that I have $1,300 in my ClickFunnels account in sales since March 13th. I've sold 130 units, and I keep selling. I had to turn off one ad set because I'm out of inventory." She sold out. Yes, even with the COVID-19 pandemic, I cannot thank you enough, as I have real fans and engagement for the first time in my career. I have attached my CSV that I downloaded from ClickFunnels for proof. Okay, she didn't need to send me the proof, but it's just so awesome, right? And here's another one of my students, Karen, who says, "Chris helped me make money with my music, and I sold my first $70 merch bundle." I share all this stuff with you just to say, look, this stuff is real. This can be you. If you've got albums for sale and you want to learn how to invest in Facebook and Instagram ads, you are in the right place. I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing to market and sell music. I'm going to give you my template for free tonight, even as just a free gift for showing up. So make sure you stay to the end so that I can give you that. And I'm also going to be sharing about how you can get into my music selling machine program as well too. But I wanted to share with you, look, I know what it's like to be a struggling artist, okay? I've been doing this since 2001, so that's 19 years I've been doing this. I'm 40 years old. I've been doing music full-time for, since 2006, so it's been about 14 years ago. I quit my job and I toured around the world. We've, been to 22 different countries. I've been made fun of. I've been rejected by labels, by booking agents. I've been ripped off by booking agents, by managers. I've had people spit in my face and call me names, and just had so many horrible things happen to me. I've gone $30,000 in debt. I've signed some really bad record deals, just been hurt. I've been rejected. And I just want you to know that, I know how frustrating it can be to have your music, okay, to spend thousands of dollars on your music and not have a plan to market it. I know what it's like to have boxes of albums or USB keys or download cards and it not selling. And you put an album out there or a song and you get so excited about it. Maybe you spent money on a lyric video, a music video, all this stuff, but it didn't sell. And so I want you to know I've been where you've been, and I'm still there sometimes. Sometimes I release a song and it doesn't get the response I want. Last month we were over 400,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, and it's dropped to about 385,000 monthly listeners. And you might be like, oh, poor you, right? But this is the point that sometimes things go down, but the reason it's gone down is a little bit is just because I haven't released a new song. So I just need to trigger that algorithm. But, the strategies and the things that I'm going to be showing you today is that, look, we're going to be doing marketing and putting your music in front of the right fans so that they buy it. And what's so cool about this is we get so many new people that have never heard of me before. All those sales that you heard my students make, those are from people that had never heard of them before. All the sales that I showed you are targeting people that have never heard of me before. So I want you to know how exciting that is. And I just want you to know, look, if you're discouraged, I've been there. But get up and keep fighting. One of the things I always say is a fighter isn't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits. So we're going to be covering 3 secrets today, okay? And the first secret is the 2 reasons why even the most talented artists fail. All right, I almost guarantee it. It's not because your songs aren't good enough. It's not because your music isn't good enough. It's just because you haven't learned how to market it and put it in front of the people and create a sales system that sells for you, okay? I don't like selling. All right, I don't like walking up to people trying to sell my music and push them to buy it. That's why I run Facebook and Instagram ads to do the selling for me, okay? And it's a system that just makes sales 24/7, all right? Secret number 2, how to sell thousands of albums online without a record deal. And I think it's so important to know that signing a deal is not the way you want to go. In fact, signing a deal, you immediately lose at least 75% of your income. Okay? And I promise you that labels are trying to get you to tour. That's the only way they really know how to tour, or radio. And the touring industry has been so disrupted right now. I'm not against it, but right now it's not working. But what is working is this, okay? Secret number 3, how to get thousands of fans 24/7 while you sleep. So without further ado, if you're ready to get into this training, I'm going to jump in to secret number 1 and share my screen with you. So secret number 1, the 2 reasons why even the most talented artists fail. Well, I remember I was on this tour with this band called Swollen Members. And I was opening up, just trying to get exposure. I'm sure you've heard that word lots of times. Oh, just get on for exposure. And we did this show one night. I remember I thought we did a great job, rocked the show. I ran back to my merchandise table, and I expected people just to kind of come buy tons of albums, merch, and all this stuff. And I waited. And I waited, and I waited, and nobody came. And it was so embarrassing that I just kind of pretended to look at my phone like I was doing something. And it was just like no one came. And I was like, crap, man, this sucks. How am I going to put gas in my tank? You know what I mean? I got to pay food. I'm not getting paid for this. And I need to put gas in my tank to get to the next show. And I definitely don't want to be hitchhiking to the next show. So you know what I did? I grabbed some CDs. And I started walking up to people, and I started saying, hey, did you like the show? And if they said, yeah, I'd say, hey, do you want to get an album? And it was the most embarrassing and humbling thing I've ever done in my life. Some guys looked at me like I had just like I had 3 eyes or something like that. One girl looked at me like kind of like with the buzz off look. using not so much friendly language and kind of like, why are you bothering me and annoying me and my friends? Another person looked at me like I had just laid an egg. And this one guy that was actually kind of nice, he was like, dude, you know, your show was great. And I was like, oh, I'd love to support you. But it was like either I buy your music or I buy this beer. And sorry, bro, I chose the beer. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this was so embarrassing. But you know what? I kept on and I ended up selling a few albums. And I hope you never, ever have to do this ever in your life, because guess what? It doesn't work very well. It's the slow way. It's the stupid way. And there's one thing to work harder, but I want to teach you how to work smarter in this thing we call leverage. You want to work smarter, not just hustling all the time till you're blue in the face and just beating yourself up. We don't want to go one-to-one anymore. And performing live is going one-to-one. And what even John D. Rockefeller says, I would rather earn 1% off 100 people's effort than 100% of my own efforts. And what I mean to that is, instead of going one-to-one, go one-to-many. And that's by leveraging online marketing. You're going to hear me a lot talk about online marketing because, look, you can only be in one place at a time performing. But when you take your music and your message online, you can be there 24/7, 365 without sleep. Because I don't know about you, after the shows, I start to burn out. I start to get tired. I've gotten sick on the road, all kinds of crazy stuff, okay? And here's a conversation I had with my booking agent recently when I decided to even focus on this more. You see, I got offered this show for about $4,200 plus airfares, meals, lodging. It was a pretty good show. That was for one show. If I did two shows, I get $6,500 plus 3 airfares for my drummer and guitarist, and they provide backline. And honestly, I've been starting to make a lot of money selling my music online. And so I really wanted to pull back and focus just online. And she emailed me again. She's like, Chris, any feedback? We've had this offer for 2.5 weeks. And I was like, you know what? It's pretty good money. I'm going to take the show. And I said yes to it. But then I thought to myself, you know what? I need to focus on this. I do not want to just prepare for one show where if I can leverage online, I can be in front of millions of people. And so I emailed her back and I said, I'm sorry, but I can't do any shows this year. I have to cancel. I'm so sorry for wasting your time. My apologies, Chris. And this is the key, guys. You've got to learn to focus on one thing. Am I against touring? No. I'm not. I'm all about you leveraging yourself and leveraging your time so you can be everywhere instead of just one place at a time. I hope that makes sense, because I can make more money and reach more fans selling music online and performing 24/7. Okay, and that's what you want. You want to be performing 24/7, but you've got to focus. And this is why a lot of artists fail, is because they don't focus. Because you might say, okay, yeah, Chris, this sounds really cool, selling music online. But then you're like, oh, I also want to tour. And so you want to add the touring thing. But then you're like, oh, I also heard about TV and film. That sounds really cool. Now your focus is not just split 2 ways. It's focused 3 ways. But then you're like, oh, well, what about YouTube? I heard people are making money on YouTube, but now your focus is split 4 ways. And you wonder why you're not getting anything done. But you don't stop there. You add Instagram, you add blogging, and then you decide to add podcasts. And you're like, oh, I need a merchandise store. And now your focus is split in 8 different ways, and you wonder why you're not moving forward. Are you feeling me up in here? You want to know why I know this? Because that was me. I was not focused on one thing. And that's what many of us think. If we focus on one thing, we're going to be missing out. But that couldn't be further from the truth. That couldn't be more wrong. One of my students, Stephanie, took my advice to focus just on selling music online and build a music selling machine. And she was selling so much of her music, she sold out. And that's what I want from you. I want to prove to you that building a music selling machine is the way, but you've got to learn to stop putting your energy in a million different directions and put it in one way, in one spot, and just blow it up. Are you feeling me? Give me some yeses in here, because how would it make you feel if you were selling out of your music and made an extra $1,000 a month? Maybe it would help you pay some bills, or get you some studio time, or help pay a car payment, or even maybe get you a new car if you're making an extra $1,000, which is more than doable. How do I sell thousands of albums online without a record label? Well, let me tell you. The old way is going through a label. We used to think we'd have to go through the label to get to our fans. It's like, oh, the label will do it. The label will do it. The label will do it. That is so wrong. The new way is going directly to your fans. I'm selling hundreds, thousands and thousands of albums without a label, and I want you to see how I'm doing it. But I want to tell you the story that totally changed my life forever. You see, I spent thousands of dollars on recording this album called Reborn. Just on recording it, the artwork, everything. We pressed 10,000 copies of this album. We went all in. And I remember I spent a lot of money even having to market it. So it wasn't just 10,000 copies and thousands of dollars making it. Then we had to make money to market it. So we made this one music video in Canada, and I think we spent like 15 grand on that. Then we spent another 5,000 on this one in LA. And then of course we had to do a lyric video. We had to do radio promo and a publicist, right? And now I think we're over $30,000 totally in. And I'm just like, geez. And I was really betting on radio because they had previously supported my last 8 to 9 singles, and they had played every single one of them when I was signed with the label. But now, because I wasn't signed, they wouldn't support me anymore. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? And right when we went with my first single to radio, my old label, they sent a song as well. So I sent a song to radio, and the label sent a song to radio, and so the radio stations didn't know which song to play. So they didn't end up playing any. And all of a sudden, I'm like this scapegoat, this like stepchild kid. And I felt so hurt. I was so angry. I felt so stabbed in the back by both the label and the radio stations. Like, I felt betrayed, you know, like people, like these were some even relationships that we had. I went to these stations and interviews and all this stuff. And all of a sudden it's just like, you're just not going to support me anymore? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? And so I had to figure out how to sell my music. And so, of course, I went on the road again because that's the only way I knew how to sell records and get out there. I didn't know this new way I'm going to show you tonight. And so I'm trying to sell records, and while I'm on tour in the U.S., I get a call or an email from my distributor who sells my books, because I wrote this book called Fighter about conquering fear. And he's like, Chris, we got to ship some of these books back to you because they didn't sell. I was like, okay. We wanted to ship back like 150 or more books, and we only had 2 shows left, and these were heavy hardcover books, and so there's no way he could ship them to Canada. It would cost too much, and I didn't know how I was going to fit them all in my bag. And so we were driving through the night, and I was trying to listen to this on how to market my music and sell more music and stuff. And I ended up hearing about this strategy called a free plus shipping offer, where you ask people to pay for just the shipping and handling, and the book is free. And the word free is the most powerful word in marketing, saying, hey, you get a free book, just cover the shipping and handling. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this thing out. And so I did this, and I just asked them to cover the shipping and handling, which was $6.97, and I sent it out to my email list. And again, remember, the most powerful word is free in the word of marketing. And within 48 hours, I sold out of books. I'm talking like gone. And I was like, oh my gosh, this thing actually works. And you might be thinking, okay, $6.97 per book, Chris, like, didn't you lose money? What's so exciting about that? But you got to remember, there's another part of the strategy that I got to tell you that changed my life. When you're at a restaurant, what do they ask you when you get there? Can I start you off with some drinks? Do you want some appetizers? Do you got room for dessert? They're trying to upsell you on stuff, right? We've all heard this lots of times, right? And the most famous one is, do you want fries with that? Do you want fries and a Coke? Do you want to add a dessert? They're trying to upsell us. So we know about this. We know about this in business all the time. How many of us are doing it in the music business, right? Well, I did it with this book offer. And so I was like, the book is free, but would you like the audio and ebook for an extra $20 maybe? And guess what? A lot of people said yes. And so not only did they buy my book for $6.97, some of them paid the extra $20. So all of a sudden they're spending $27. But it didn't stop there because, of course, I have music for sale. And so I said, hey, do you want to get 12 of my albums for another $20? It's a really sweet deal. You know, it cost you like $159. I'll give it to you for just $20 right now. And guess what? People said yes to that as well. But shh, there's a secret here I have to tell you, okay? So be quiet here. These are all digital album upsells that I'm offering. How much do you think it cost to ship that ebook or ship that audiobook or send them digital versions of all my albums? It cost me nothing. It cost me absolutely nothing to ship that, and it's all 100% profit. Are you smelling what I'm stepping in here and how powerful this is? Adding those upsells so you make more money. This is how McDonald's makes all their money. This is how restaurants make all their money. It's in the upsells. But so many of us aren't taught this in the music industry. And I started to think to myself, if I can sell my books to my fans, why not my CDs, especially the one I just pressed 10,000 copies of? And so we did the same thing. We created a free plus shipping offer for my album Reborn. And this was so powerful, and I added the upsells with my 12-album anthology, or sometimes I just did one album and upsold that. And 40% of fans that bought my first album also bought some of the other offers. And so some people were spending 20, 30, 40 bucks. And then on the thank you page, I said, hey, I wanted to say thanks for buying my music. It means so much to me. Here's a 20% off code in our store. Just use the code FRIENDS20 and take an extra 20% off. And even today, somebody bought my CD and they also spent another 40 bucks on a hoodie. And so this stuff really works. Sometimes a person will spend over $50 with me in one purchase. Can you imagine that for you? Someone's just spending 50, hundreds of dollars with you all the time, and now I'm selling 50 to 70 CDs a day, not including all the upsells. And this doesn't just work with CDs. It works with digital albums. It works with USB keys, merch, and so much more. This has changed my life, and I want it to change your life. This is what got me featured in Facebook Business and why Zuckerberg sent me this plaque, because I was selling so many albums. They did a case study on me, and I'm going to be talking to you about Facebook in just a second. Has anyone ever asked you what the lifetime value of a fan is and why it's worth spending the money to market your music? Like, we're talking about building fans for a life who could end up spending thousands of dollars with you over your career. I want you to start thinking long term, because this is what's also fueled my 100K followers on Spotify. This is what's fueled the 400,000 monthly listeners, and definitely fueled the $79,000 that we've earned online and on TuneCore. And if you don't know what TuneCore is, it's just like CD Baby or DistroKid, where we sell my music online digitally. And you might be like, okay, Chris, that's cool, but how are you getting people to buy your music every day? I don't have an email list. I don't have a fan base. But what if I told you the majority of the customers that bought from me had never heard of me before? Had never even heard of me before. And that leads me into secret number 3, and how I get thousands of fans that have never heard of me before buying my music 24/7 while I sleep and without touring. Are you excited to learn this? I remember when all I wanted to do was tour. Jump on stage, sing, rap, share my story. You know, I do like rock, like kind of rap rock, Linkin Park kind of stuff, and then also kind of get compared to like sometimes not Eminem, but like just, you know, some hip hop stuff. And I love touring. I loved sharing my message and speaking in between the songs. And it always amazed me that people loved it when I shared my story in between songs. And just so you know, people want to know your story. But you got to understand, I've missed multiple of my wife's birthdays, anniversaries, weddings. I can't tell you how many New Year's Eves I was gone. I remember being in Alaska one time for a show, because you get paid so much, right? And so you got to understand that there's a cost. And as much as I loved hanging out with my fans and signing autographs and impacting people, I didn't want to now start missing these moments with my daughter. I'd already missed enough of them with my wife. And I started to think and remember how many CDs of bands I've bought religiously but never saw them live once. And so I decided to take the experience of the road and I brought it online via social media. And it's the most powerful, leveraging thing I've ever done. And we started doing this with Facebook ads and Instagram ads. All right, I got to visit the offices of Facebook and Instagram down in Texas, because when I got featured in the case study they did on me, and I even got to visit the California offices, which was so awesome and inspiring. I tell you, the offices in Texas, they eat good. That cafeteria is crazy. They got their own like chefs and stuff, and like it's like a big buffet, but it's all like fresh food. It was amazing. There's over 2.5 billion monthly active users on Facebook. not including Instagram. This is where our fans are. And I've cracked the code on putting $1 into Facebook and getting $3 back. How would you like to learn how I'm putting $1 in and getting $3 back? Are you excited about that? This is how I'm selling my 50 to 70 plus albums a day. You see, your music belongs on Facebook because music is social. It's something we share and we refer to friends. Our ads belong on there, not pharmaceutical ads and all these other crazy ads, but your music belongs on there more than anything else. And I'm not talking about boosting posts. Boosting posts is cool, but you want to learn how to actually market and run ads so that when people are scrolling in their feed, your music is showing up and they're buying it. That's what I'm talking about with this music selling machine that is running constantly, because people spend over 2 hours a day on social media. The question is, are they going to find you? And you want to say yes. And how do you target people though? Well, if you sound like a certain artist, like my rock stuff, I sound like Linkin Park, Papa Roach, and Korn. So of course I target them. And if you sound similar to them, you should target them too. For my hip hop stuff, I get compared to Eminem, Post Malone, Machine Gun Kelly. So you better believe I target them using Facebook ads. Same thing for my Christian songs. I target Skillet, Toby Mac, Lecrae, and other Christian artists. If you're an EDM, country, Mexican, heavy metal, I'm sure there's artists on there that you can target. Or if you're a manager, you can target for your artist, which I show you in my training music selling machine. And this works for all genres. I've done it for over 4 genres personally. I've helped other artists in dozens of genres. I'm talking punk rock, Latino Mexican, EDM, country, metal, alternative rock, jazz is a massive market, hip hop, Christian pop, classical, blues, R&B, classical, disco, and soul. And just so you know, those are all massive markets. But you need to know your audience. You need to know who you sound like or get compared to. I want you to know it's not a bad thing to compare yourself to other people, because we're going to use that to target your fans and sell your music online. You need to also know what it is you're selling. You need to know what you're selling. You know, I love Spotify, but I'm not trying to grow their business. I'm in the Manafest business. Sure, Spotify makes me money, but I like going direct to my fans and selling stuff. And so I run ads to sell my music. I do not run ads to Spotify. And if you're not aggressively marketing your music online, let me tell you, you're missing out on a huge opportunity, my friend. I promise you, you need to learn how to start marketing your music. We're spending hundreds of dollars a day profitably. This is one of the ads that we're running right now. Look, it's reached 3.4 million people. It's got 20,000 shares at the bottom there. And if you also look, it's got 43,000 likes, 2.7 thousand comments if you look at the bottom right there. Okay, so this stuff works. And the reason music works so much is because people love music. This is one ad in the ads manager, and this is what we use to market on Facebook. We spent $10,289 just on this one ad. Here's another ad targeting more of a Christian audience, and we've only been running this for a few weeks, and already it's got 1.2 thousand shares and 207 comments. Can you imagine this for your music videos getting all these views, likes, and shares? Well, it's possible, and I'm going to show you how. And here's some of the comments you'll start to get. This guy, Damien, says, just got mine ordered via PayPal. Can't wait to listen. Glad I could support an upcoming rock band like yourself. Here's another one. Alex says, listening to this album on Spotify right now. I dig it a lot. So even though I'm not promoting directly to Spotify or Apple Music, they're still going and listening to it. And that's just the viral stuff that starts to take place. But you might be saying, Chris, I ran ads once and they didn't work. And I get it. I've run ads too and they didn't work. But I'm going to tell you why this strategy works and why your old way of running ads has failed and why my old way of running ads has failed. This is the new way. But the number one reason why artists' ads aren't working is because you're just boosting posts. You got to get past that. Or you weren't going direct to sale. You were just sending them to YouTube or Spotify, and you weren't trying to sell something, which I'm going to show you how to do. You weren't running a conversion ad, which I'll explain in the course later today. Your video or image, and definitely your ad copy, was wrong. Sometimes your thumbnail might be wrong, or the video or the part of the video, and I go into that later. Your targeting was wrong. You're targeting the wrong people. Lastly, you turned your ad off too fast. Have you ever done that? I have done that so many times. It's like, oh, it's not working. I turned it off too fast before I gave it a chance to really crank up. No one has success at anything the first time, and neither did I. And that's why I don't want you to give up, because this new way works, my friend. This gave me freedom, guys. I can't tell you how this has changed my life and helped me leverage the internet and go to 1 to millions online while I sleep. This is one sales machine that we've built that's generated $59,000. As you can see there, it says 5,436 albums sold, and then another 335 and another 483 albums. So that's over 6,000 albums just on that one music selling machine. And these aren't just 15,000 albums I've sold. These are 15,000 customers' emails and contact info. You see, when you send people off to Spotify or buy Apple Music or even Amazon, you don't got their contact info. But when you do it the way I teach you, you're going to have your emails and contact info, because you're going to want to tell them when you do have a new single out. You're going to want to tell them when you do have an album out, but you can't do that unless you got their contact info, right? And this is what also has fueled my 12.2 million streams on Spotify, because I have the contact info to follow up and remind people. This is what's fueled the $79,000 we made last year in 2019. And these are just one income stream, guys. And this is why you need to have an automated music selling machine. And that is how I get thousands of fans 24/7 while I sleep without touring. Is that exciting? And do you want to learn how to build this as well? Well, I want you to know there's hope. You can do this too. And you don't need a label, and you can automate this while you're working a 9 to 5, just putting in a little bit of time each day, and eventually quit your job if that's your goal. But I want to know if you feel a little overwhelmed and your mind is a little blown about what is possible and what you should be focusing on. And I want to know if it's cool if I tell you about my program I put together, because I know there's artists on here that want to go deeper, and they're like, yes, Chris, I want to go deeper. Show me exactly how to do this so I can do it for myself and also get coaching. Is it cool if I take a few minutes just to show you this program I put together? Okay, cool. I want you to imagine what your life will look like when millions of fans are seeing your music online. You're getting thousands of shares. Thousands of people are buying your albums, USBs, your merch, and you're building a fan base. And yeah, you're seeing hundreds of thousands of Spotify listeners. And when you release an album, you know it's going to sell. And the best thing, I want you to imagine having success, because the best revenge is getting massive success. How is that going to make you feel when you figure this out, right? So the program is called the Music Selling Machine 6-Week Masterclass. Are you excited about this? I can't wait for this. This is for artists who say, I've come too far to quit now. I've got to do this. Music is in my veins. No plan B, Chris. I don't care what's happened in the past. I'm going all in. And let me tell you, it's not inexpensive, but you get what you pay for. Because I spent thousands of dollars learning this stuff, and I'm going to give you the shortcut. And the spots are limited. You have to have music for sale and ready to go. It's 2 modules, all right? Module 1 is the music selling machine, where we're going to build your offer. We're going to build your webpage so you can sell it, put your bundle together, and really build this system so that you can sell music, take orders, do the upsells like everything I was showing you earlier, and then build the confirmation page and everything. So you're just selling music 24/7. I'm going to show you what to sell, what to say, and everything. We're going to build a door-crashing offer that fans can't say no to, and a system for automating this 24/7. We're going to build your system. But you can't just build it and hope they're going to come, right? That's the lie. This is from an old movie called Field of Dreams. You can't just build it and hope they will come. You've got to market it, right? You got to bring people there. And that's where Module 2 comes in, and that's fan-based traffic secrets. So I'm going to do a deep dive into getting fans to your offer with Facebook ads, okay? Like I said, I spent over $300 a day on Facebook ads profitably, and I'm going to show you the strategies I use for getting millions of views, thousands of shares, and thousands of buyers. This is the strategy where I put $1 in and I get $3 out. Okay, so I'm talking, if I spend $300, I'm making between $800 and $900 plus just on the front end. Are you excited to learn how I do that? This is what we're going to do. We're going to focus on one thing, which is selling your music. And we're going to build your offer, what it is you're selling. We're going to put the offer together, what you're selling. Then we're going to market it to fans using ads. Very simple, very strategic. This is what I do. I run Facebook ads and Instagram ads to an irresistible music offer bundle to my music selling machine, and I make sales 24/7, 365. So you're going to be in the 6-week music selling machine course. Total value is $3,997. And you might be asking, well, Chris, some of this seems advanced. What if I'm not tech savvy? Well, guess what? I'm not tech savvy either, but that's why I'm giving you my musician's toolbox. I'm going to be giving you all those web page templates so you don't have to build anything. I'm going to give you all my email templates, all my sales templates, all my Facebook ad templates so you do not have to wonder or get stuck. You can be like, just plug and play and make it super easy. It's going to be easier than plugging in your guitar to your amp. I promise you that, all right? So you're going to get my 6-week music selling machine course, Musician's Toolbox, total value $5,994. But what about merchandise, Chris? You must be asking, right? Amateurs focus on only selling their music, but music selling machine artists, they focus on merch. But for the artists that focus just on music, that means they just send customers to Spotify or Apple Music and they never talk to them again. They don't have their customer information. They can't sell them more stuff or even tell them if they have a new song. And that's a total miss. Music selling machine artists focus on selling to their fans ongoing, nonstop. Are you a music selling machine artist that sells to their fans nonstop? Say yes. When a fan has purchased from you once, did you know that they are 70% more likely to buy something else if you offer it? But that's only if you offer it. And that's why I'm going to show you how to build your own online store that makes sales for you automatically using print on demand so that you don't print it and you don't ship it. No more going to the post office, my friend. No more carrying stock or being out of sizes and not having that XXX or that small and missing sales like I used to do. I remember being on tour, ordering merch, shipping it to venues, setting up the table, having to price it properly, praying that it sells. We're going to create merch that we know that sells. Just today, I was blown away that I updated a different merch and I sold a hoodie like right away because I had the right merch in front of the right fan. And of course, when you're on tour, you sell out of the one thing that you didn't order enough of. So fans walk away and you end up losing sales. Well, there's no more of that, okay? Because everything's print on demand. You don't even have to ship it. And it's also very profitable. This is how I'm selling and making even more money. All the numbers I showed you today, I didn't even cover the back end, which is the online merch store. This one store has already done $8,000. And it's just starting to warm up. So you're going to be getting the 6-week music selling machine course, the Musician's Toolbox, and then you're also going to get the online store merch course, okay? Total value is $7,491. But how do I sell to my fans all year? Because I don't know about you, I don't want to just sell to them once. I want to sell to them again and again. And that's why I put together for you your holiday calendar so that you can sell during Christmas, you can sell during St. Patrick's Day, how to put sales together for Valentine's Day. I'm going to show you how to do my secret sale. I've done Go Skateboarding Day sale. I've done so many sales, and you want to know how to put sales all through the year because you're going to have so many fans now. You're going to have so much contact information that you want to follow up with sales. We've even done a Trump sale. And whether you love or hate Donald Trump, let me tell you, this Trump sale was massive. And I'm going to give you so many ideas for running sales all through the year, not just Black Friday and Christmas. We're going to show you how to do sales all through the year without being sleazy. You're going to get all the templates, the email copy, everything to write and say to your fans. Does that sound exciting? So you're going to get the 6-week music selling machine course, Musician's Toolbox templates, online store merch course, holiday sales planner course, total value $8,488. Now you've sold thousands though. You've built up your fan base, you've totally crushing it, and you need something else. And you know what that is? You're probably going to want to release a new album and tell your fans about it, right? But we don't want to just whip it out there. And I always tell my students, it's not if you do a Kickstarter, but when. So I'm going to be giving you the all-new crowdfunding secrets training and how I raised over $100,000 with crowdfunding campaigns. My first crowdfunding campaign was my book, Fighter. And I remember when I started writing this, I wanted to do a crowdfunding campaign. And I was so scared, though. I was scared out of my mind. What are people going to think? They're going to be like, oh, money grab, and all these fears and doubts came up. So I got as prepared as I could, my wife helping me and cheering me along the way, and finally, we launched at 9 p.m., which is probably the worst time to launch a crowdfunding campaign, but at least I did it. Feel the fear and do it afraid, right? And I remember sending the email out and waiting. Is anyone actually going to support my campaign? Seconds felt like minutes, minutes felt like hours, and that's how it feels when you're doing something for the first time, but you got to take action anyways, because then finally the first few dollars came in, and then a couple more, and then a couple more. And this was before I even knew what I was doing, no strategy, and we still raised $16,000. So I'm going to show you, even our last one here, we just raised $34,000. So I'm going to show you how to put together an amazing crowdfunding campaign with my course, Crowdfunding Secrets. We ran it off our own website, which I'm going to be giving you the templates for. And this way you're not giving your money to Kickstarter or Indiegogo or whoever that takes an extra 10 to 15%. So you get to keep all the money that you have earned. So you're going to be getting the 6-week music selling machine course, musician toolbox templates, online store merch course, holiday sales planner course, crowdfunding secrets, total value $10,485. Now, I'm not going to charge you that today. It's totally worth it, but I'm going to give you a real special deal that anyone can get into tonight. Because I want to tell you about the success path that you're going to be getting that is totally step by step. And I want to show you exactly what I'm going to be teaching you and building with you, which is Facebook ads to Instagram ads, to your music offer, your bundle, which is your music selling machine, and we're going to make sales. And after we make sales, we're going to sell some merchandise. And then you're going to promote some more merchandise throughout the year. Maybe push them to your Patreon campaign. Maybe you do want to have some local shows. And then your Kickstarter campaign or your crowdfunding campaign, we're going to launch a new album. And then you're going to keep running ads and sell more music and more merchandise. And this is just going to perpetuate and is just going to be a machine that doesn't stop. Does that sound awesome? If you want your albums selling and making money online 24/7, this is for you. If you want the tools and strategies to get new fans from all over the world, this is for you. If you want to have the confidence to launch and sell music and merch 365 days of the year while you sleep, this is for you. If you're willing to invest in your career and not give up and just say, no plan B, Chris, I'm all in. And I want to share you the story about the guy that went all in. And that's that legend of Cortez, who went to invade this island. And he told all his soldiers and his whole army to burn the boats because it was like, look, we either conquer this island or we die. And I want to say to you, it's either, look, we're going to sell music, we're going to do this year, or our music is going to die. And that's why I want you to be all in. Because I've invested over $40,000 just in my education and another $30,000 in marketing my music, doing this strategy to figure this out for you. So I've learned the hard way. You don't have to learn the hard way. You get the easy way. When I sell this training in the future, it's going to be around $2,997. But today, because you're with me on this training, I'm going to give you a special offer today, and you can get started for $997. Just go to smartmusicbusiness.com/sell-me-your-music, and you're going to get that 6-week music selling machine course with the 6 weeks of training with me. You're going to get the musician's toolbox template, online store merch course, holiday sales planner course so you can sell merch throughout the year, and then when you're ready, do a crowdfunding campaign and blow it out of the water and crush it. And so go to smartmusicbusiness.com/sell-music or get in for $997. And if you're like, oh man, the $997 is a lot, well, you can pay with PayPal. And if you go to paypalcredit.com, you can apply for up to $1,000. And guess what? There's no interest and no payments for 6 months. So let's build your machine. Let's get your music selling, and you can pay that off later on. Also, we're going to finance this for you. You're like, you know what? $997 is still a lot. Look, we'll finance it for you. 3 payments of $397 so that anyone can get in and start selling your music and earning and making some royalties. And if you're like, Chris, $397 is still a lot. Look, I broke it up into 5 payments of $247. So now it's impossible for you not to get in and start selling your music and building this machine while you're at work, while you're at college, university, or maybe you're a manager of other artists. I don't know, but I just want to see you get in here because this has changed my life. Here's one of my students, Reverend Barry and the Funk, a band from Florida. 32 sales in 7 days and grossed over $220 selling our albums. And when you go to smartmusicbusiness.com/sell music, you can even watch the video testimonial. So proud of these guys, and I want this for you too. Here's Julia Nunes, an artist I met in Midem in Cannes, France. Did $71,000 on her Kickstarter campaign. Incredible. Here's one that I did for $45,000, and this is again when I did not know what I was doing, all right? And you do not need to be a household name. All those artists I just showed you are not household names and killing it. The majority of albums I sell to fans have never heard of me before. They really haven't. It's all what I call cold traffic, people that have never heard of me before. And so I hope that excites you. Yet, I'm doing $700 plus a day. Okay, as you can see, that's in one day. And we did 66 albums with all the upsells. We're at like 70-something albums in one day. And I just want to ask you, if we teach you all this stuff and we build this with you, and even after I build it and help you, and you completely mess it up and only do 10% of what I do and make an extra $70 a day, and that's an extra $2,100 a month, would that not change your life? Of course it would be, right? One of my artists that I look up to named Akon, he says, many artists step out of line right when their name is about to be called. I just want to say your name is being called right now and that you can do this. What if you even get it half right and you end up selling $200 a day? That's like $6,000 a month, I think it is, if my math is right. So I just want to encourage you. And like, my music isn't the best. All right, we just need to put your music in front of the right fans and it will sell. Plus, I have a really special bonus I want to give you when you enroll today. And that's 12 months access to my coaching program, Fanbase University, where on the 12th and 24th of every single month, I go live for an hour and answer your questions. So not only are you going to get the 6-week Masterclass Music Selling Machine, you're also going to get 12 months of Fanbase University coaching, where on the 12th and 24th of every single month, so that's every other week, you're going to be able to log into an area and watch me train you and ask questions. And nobody leaves there without getting their questions answered. So you are not going through this program alone. You have a coach with you for the next 12 months. Does that sound awesome? Because I know what it's like to have questions and get stuck. So this is not just an online course. This also comes with coaching. Now, let's just pretend you've gone through the music selling machine. You've answered all your questions. You're crushing it. But there's also some other bonus training inside here that you'll have access to for the next 12 months, which is my Spotify Profits program that goes into Spotify. I give you YouTube Accelerator that trains you in YouTube. Also, Facebook Accelerator, one of my famous courses for getting 10,000 fans in under 10 days. And you're also getting my How I Make Over $4,000 a Month Selling Music Online. And so these are just bonuses that you're getting on top of everything else when you enroll today. Go to smartmusicbusiness.com/sell music and you can get in for $997, or you can do the payment plan that we also offer and help finance you so you can get in today. I was downtown Toronto, just played a show, and I was opening for someone. I was really excited. We had a great show, great night, and then after the show, I can't find my car. And that's because it was towed. And let's just be honest. Sometimes life is hard. Sometimes things happen. It doesn't always work out. But that doesn't mean we give up. That doesn't mean we stop. Because is this easy? No, it's freaking hard and it takes work, but it's worth it. Let's just push fast forward a few months from now and you've got a music selling machine making you sales, waking up in the morning and looking at your phone and checking sales instead of checking Instagram. I don't want more likes or followers. I want more sales. What do you think of that, right? But you have to be willing to be bad at something long enough until you get good at it. And I promise you, I've gone through the pain. I've gone through the difficulty to make this so easy for you and hold your hand. An artist that I met a long time ago named NF, I opened up for him many, many years ago. And before that, he had opened up for me and I didn't even realize it. And this is just within like a 6-year, maybe 5-year time span. Somebody turned their career completely around, went from completely an unknown to a famous artist with over 13 million monthly listeners. And I just want to say to you, when you start putting an engine, a marketing machine engine behind your music, I just can't wait to see what happens to your career. And the difference between me and other so-called music marketers that may have offered you a course before, look, I make my full-time living from my music, not teaching it. Whether you sign up or not is not going to make a difference for me. I make my full-time living with music. Another $1,000 is not going to change my life. I'm not going to drive a different car. I'm not going to live in a different house. But that $1,000 that you invest in your career to say, I'm all in, I'm going to learn this year, and I'm going to build this so that I can get my music out there, it's going to change your life. This is about you, my friend, and I'm honored to be able to coach you and work with you. But you got to have music ready for sale. You got to be willing to invest and market your music. Do you know exactly what to charge for your music in bundles? If not, then you probably need to work with someone that can help you. Do you know how to run Facebook ads and Instagram ads profitably? If not, this course is going to help you do that. Do you know what to say in those ads? Do you know what merchandise sells and the best and how much to charge for it? Because I promise you, you're undervaluing your stuff. I know I was. Do you know how to set up upsells and increase your average order to its max so that you get the most out of it? Do you know how often to sell to your existing fans and what to say in your emails and your posts? Have you ever run a 4 or 5-figure merchandise promotion multiple times throughout the year? Have you done multiple 5-figure crowdfunding campaigns? If you don't know the answers to some of these questions, then the answer is to work with someone to help you develop them. And I'd love to be your coach and to help you build this because I know we can build some great things. So I just want to recap what you're getting. You're getting the 6-week music selling machine course. All right, that's going to be the music selling machine program with the web templates and just building that and the Facebook ad strategies and everything. You're going to be getting the musician's toolbox and templates. You're going to be getting my online store merch course to build your online store as well. And then the holiday sales planner course so you can sell all throughout the year. And then you're going to be getting the crowdfunding secrets course to build a successful crowdfunding campaign. Total value is $10,485, but you can get in for $997. Just go to smartmusicbusiness.com/sell-music. But again, I'm limiting this and keeping it very small so everyone gets my attention, and we are going to sell out. And again, there's the 3 payments of $397 or 5 payments of $287. But I'll be charging more for this when it's done. So you're going to want to get in now. And if you do one successful crowdfunding campaign, this pays for itself. When we get this music selling machine working for you, this course will more than pay for itself. And the training that you are going to get and learning how to sell and learning how to market. I paid thousands and thousands of dollars to learn this for music, and I'm practically giving it to you in this course, okay? What if you don't have any physical albums for sale, you might be asking? Well, then we'll be doing print on demand. We're not just going to be selling CDs. We're selling USB keys, digital albums. So as long as you have albums for sale, this is for you. The unsuccessful artist says, I don't have that, and quits. And I don't want you to be that artist. I want you to be the successful artist that says, I don't have that, so I'm going to create it. Or I can't afford that, I'm going to figure out how and do the payment plan and get in here because I know I need this. Successful artist entrepreneurs view spending money as investments. Unsuccessful artist entrepreneurs view spending money as an expense. I want you to look at this as an investment, as in a long-term investment. Like, where are you going to be a couple years from now if you don't take action on this? you're probably going to be in the same spot a year from now if you don't take action. But if you do take action, you do take the coaching, we're going to blow this up for you and quantum leap your success. So again, the 6-week music selling machine course, musician's toolbox and templates, online store merch course, holiday sales planner course, crowdfunding secrets, total value $10,485. Get started for $997. Go to smartmusicbusiness.com/sellmusic. I look forward to training you in this. Or there's the 3 payments of $397 or the 5 payments of $287. But I have a midnight bonus for people who act within the next 24 hours. You're going to get my brand new Spotify Profits ebook, which shows you how I got 100,000 followers and 12 million streams on Spotify. And you're also going to get my 25 Spotify hacks cheat sheet. But that's for artists who take action today. Again, go to smartmusicbusiness.com/sellmusic. I want to remind you that a fighter isn't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits. And I know you're fighting for your dream. I encourage you to never give up no matter what. This is for you. If you've got music for sale or you manage an artist, I don't care what genre you have. If there is an audience out there, we are going to market it to that audience. If you have music for sale, and you sound like anything similar to any genre of music, I promise you, we can sell your music and put your music in front of fans, and they'll buy it. They're just waiting to buy it. We've just got to market it, my friend. Look forward to seeing you in the training, and I'll see you soon on the coaching calls.
Hey, Chris. I just wanted to take a little time and share with you how grateful I am about the music selling machine course and how it's been a game changer for me as an indie artist. So, I'm like most indie artists probably. I had a ton of CDs, merch, vinyl stacked up in a closet somewhere. Would take them to shows and only sell a handful here or there on occasion. But after your course, everything started changing. So I just wanted to show some results here. I only launched 2 weeks ago, and I've already received over $1,300 in sales. So initially I sent an email out to my email list, which is only 480 something, not even 480, it's like 430 I think, but not a big list. And in 20 minutes I had my first sale. From there on out, the sales just kept coming in and they haven't stopped. And after and these are not from my email list, they're from all, well, some of them are, but most of them are from a cold audience, people who has never heard of me. There shouldn't be a reason they should have heard of me. They just are discovering me and liking what they hear and, taking out their credit cards and buying, which is what I've always wanted from my music, right? And I think it's what most artists want. So I'm just so thankful. I've made so many sales, I'm gonna have to reorder now. And that's a good problem to have. So thanks so much for this music selling machine course. I'm excited, and it's been a life changer for me. It's given me hope as an indie artist again, and for that I'm so grateful. So thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Reverend Barry. I'm from a band called Reverend Barry and the Funk from Sarasota, Florida, and I'm really excited to share our results that we've had for the last few days. For the first time implementing Chris's funnel. Today, here, let me go back and show you our lifetime results so far. We've spent $141 on Facebook ads. Our average cost per sale is around $4.44, and we've made 32 sales. So, and then if you look inside ClickFunnels, we've grossed around $220. But the most exciting thing is that when you look at it by the day. So we had one sale on Wednesday that cost us $10.60 to make. That's when we first started running it. The next day, we made 3 sales, around $16. Then the next day, we made 10 sales at $4.99. And then look at today. 18 sales, cost per result of $1.77. So we are just really excited to just see the Facebook algorithm kicking in. We've got people all over the country ordering our CDs, ordering our music. And this comes at a time when our band, with the coronavirus, everything that's going on right now, our band has played live every Friday, Saturday, or night for the last 8 years. But right now, just like everybody else, we cannot perform. So this has been really stressful for the band. We're not bringing in any kind of income for the very first time in 8 years. So what I just have been doing is focusing this time on building this funnel, getting this thing up and running, and it's just really exciting for us to see it come to fruition. We're building up a customer base, and I'm going to start ramping it up. I'm going to start scaling it up, and I'm just really excited about these results, and I want to say thank you to Chris for making this available to us.
Hey, what's up, music world? My name's Stephanie, but I go by Lady Redneck. And I just wanted to do a big shout out and testimonial video to Chris, to Manafest. If you have not worked with him, you are missing out. He is a wealth of knowledge. Basically, when I signed up to work with him for the full month, I saved up, and worth every penny. It not only paid for itself, but it is multiplying exponentially. Basically, we got a program going to where I was selling so much music that I sold out of what I had. And so definitely, if you are serious about your music, look into his programs, learn everything you can from him, because he's on the right track. Like what he does, I'd signed up on another program a couple years ago, and it did okay, and I learned a little bit. But I'm an independent artist, and so even though I've had a couple labels contact me, I have not signed with any of them yet, because what I'm doing is working. I crowdfund, and I'm able to pay for producing a new single each month, and then after I reach 8 singles, I release an album. So I'm just getting ready to release my 4th album. And I've kind of got my own thing going, but I needed somebody to take me to the next level. Chris did that. He went above and beyond. We ended up having to go out of the state for a couple weeks during the month that I had paid to work with him just one-on-one. And I didn't have service. It was my husband was hunting, and we were in the middle of Oklahoma. And so he actually helped me just figure it out and let me go and have one more lesson the following week. I maybe shouldn't have even said that, but he literally will go above and beyond for you. And he's big time. He's like the real thing. And so to work with Chris is an amazing honor. So if you want to sell out of your music, if you want to learn how to set it up right and stop spinning your wheels, if you want to skip ahead years instead of just like pedaling your boots and trying to figure it out on your own, don't think twice. Literally sign up to work with Chris. It is well worth every penny, and I would do it again, and I'm actually hoping to. Once I catch up with everything that he taught me, I'll probably sign up and do it again. So thank you for everything, Chris, and nice working with you. And
I had the opportunity to work with Manafest for the entire month of June, one-on-one, as him being my music coach, my music career coach. And honestly, it was one of the best things I've done. It really took me from where I was before in terms of like sending emails and like here's my music, here's all the stuff that I have. It's a little bit of a cluttered mess because I have all these things, but I don't know what to really do with them. And then he stepped in and was like, all right, cool, we're gonna do this. Like, how about we take this, and why don't you do this with it? He really just amplified what I was trying to do. You know, I have like this thing going on in my head, but then he was able to take that and boost that up. I feel like just where I was has been amplified 4 times. Just like 4 times the Facebook likes. You know, I have a strategy now. He made me, like, he helped me focus on where to go and, like, you know, what avenues to take. Start here, build here. And so I was really fortunate to just to have him on my side and show me what he's learned over the course of his career, because he's been doing it for like 12+ years, and to have that on your back is definitely, it gives you a leg up. It totally gives you a leg up. And now I feel like I'm not just a hobbyist, I'm an artist now. This is who I am. I have a music career, and he actually helped me, but I'm starting to make money off my music now, which is something I never thought would be possible.